Hello everyone, and welcome back to Eureka Anemos for, technically the rest of the story actually, because as you'll see, I'm level 17. The next quest should have been at 13, but I just kept leveling up and I thought, why not? We'll put everything in the main story of this, because apparently 17 rather than 20 is where the story ends. But anyways.
Perfect timing, Alex. We detected another confluence of ether just now. Another piece of magicite causing trouble, like as not. Are you available to go and investigate?
Yep, always am.
Wonderful. Assuming our measurements are accurate, this should be quite close to the marge. The waterfall, far to the north of here. Assuming the area is as I remember, you should have a clear view of our former headquarters. Perhaps you will even be able to see the barrier encasing it.
Alright. That was... it was not super obvious on that, but it's here. I think it's exactly right here. So, if I quickly clip in here, and then in a second here, where I've got the crystals when I got to level 9, I still feel like there should have been a quest at level 9 for that, but whatever. But yes, we've got those, so rather than having to run across the map, we can go to the abandoned laboratory and run our way there. And the music starts. Ooh. Alright, so it's not the safest route, but the quickest route is definitely go this way. I'm a bit disappointed that I cut out of the first video the run there. You still have to be quite careful, because even at 17 a lot of stuff still gets angry when it sees you. And those stupid snakes. Everyone hates those things so much because they disrupt everything. Alright. Basically, as long as you're careful and stick to the backs of things, traveling's not awful. It's bits like this that are especially bad, where it's just packed full of monsters. Nope, busy, sorry. Oh my god, this is hell. Alright. I can't believe that worked! Alright, so it's somewhere here. Aha! It's right there. Right next to the what is it? Veloco. I'd rather not get it when he's right there. Just moonwalking in fact. But yeah, it's funny, this gives us a chance to talk about, Anemos in general. So, we obviously have the whole area, ooh, that guy's turned around, unlocked now, and my opinion on this place has actually kind of changed quite a bit since, I'll wait and I'll keep talking, since we first got here. So, originally it was grinding out against smaller enemies and parties. But then the notorious monster and NM train, whatever you want to call it, those started up, and basically that's how you level now. Oh, there we go. And basically the way that they work, I'll tell you in a second. Yet again, at the center of the confluence of ether, on the shore you find magicite. As you kneel to retrieve it, the confluence dissipates. The magicite you retain can be used in conjunction with your magia board. Alright, I'm not stupid. I'm going to teleport back. So basically the way they work is, people know which enemies it is now spawns each of the notorious monsters. So big groups of people, pretty much the entire server, as you saw from me getting added to that party, well not server, the entire database, or how many are in at the minute? 141. So pretty much of the people who can take part, all of them go for these monsters, and like there's one there, there's one there, one there, one around here. It basically is, they're on timers and you just move around the map between them, farm the enemies, kill the thing. Go to the next place, farm the enemies, kill the thing. Next place, farm enemies. You get the idea. And it's kind of fun. And there's a lot of community in it, and I really like that.
No need to say it, Alex. We already know you found the Magicite. Our instruments told us the tale. I must say, it's a good thing you agreed to join our expedition. If it weren't for you, I doubt my investigation would be proceeding so smoothly. I want to believe we're almost there, but I cannot say anything with certainty.
And I just realised I went to the top and I never even looked at the place that she was talking about.
Save that there is at least one more piece of Magicite somewhere in Anemos, preventing us from utilising the Ethernet. Anyway, don't let me keep you. I'm sure you have better things to do than watch me fiddle with etherometers and the like. As usual, if we determine the location of another piece of Magicite, I'll let you know.
We continue at 17, which I am now 17. First of all, let's go and get rid of that. Let's go slot this one in so we have 4. And let's do, apparently, the final quest.
This is it, Alex. The last piece of Magicite in Anemos. The last obstacle to restore... To us restoring the Ethernet. I'm sure of it. Oh, this one looks to be far, far to the northeast. Beyond the Val River Swale. The Val River Swale. Probably in the Uncanny Valley. It won't be easy though. According to our measurements, that area has some of the highest concentrations of ether in this region. Any beasts that can endure that are like to be formidable opponents.
So yes, you want to be going to, I think, here? Which is, as she said, kind of a hellscape. But I'm sure we can do it, right? So basically, running around here by yourself is what is genuinely quite terrifying. Let's try going this way. I've made it this way by myself before. Mainly out of curiosity to see if I could. But it is again basically about sticking to the backs of enemies. Ah, perfect. That's where we're heading, possibly, for the next step of here. Or at least I'd imagine that's the case. Alright. They don't have the best eyesight, but still, best be safe than sorry. Alright, Uncanny Valley, we've made it. Now, was it where I believed it was? Which is somewhere down there, I think. Ooh. Oh my god, fair skies! Is that a sign of something good? And this guy's moved forward, so that's helped. Ah, I see it! So, oh god, it wasn't quite where I thought, but it was close. Don't move forward. Despite your best efforts, you failed to locate a confluence of ether or any pieces of magicite. Oh! Indeed.
Well, well, if it isn't the hero of the resistance, I suppose I shouldn't be surprised that you are capable of holding your own this far from Port Surrogate.
And I know that that's a man. You can say it's a man all you want. No.
I came here to this dreadful place to investigate a disturbance in the ethereal currents. Perchance you would be so kind as to tell me your reason for being here as well.
Pretty much the same thing.
So, this magicite you seek was the cause of these confluences, was it? I see. Glad to hear that Kryl is still capable of conducting the most rudimentary research. I thank you for sharing with me your findings. I shall share with you mine own discoveries by way of gratitude. I believe this is the stone you are looking for.
Oh yes, thank you very much.
Give it. I have no use for such baubles. Consider it payment for your information, if you prefer. This island was ever filled with danger and death. Despite its once close proximity to the motherland, no one bothered to settle it for that very reason. Circumventing these hazards was one of the reasons the students devoted so many researchers to constructing an expansive Ethernet. Restoring it is an admirable endeavour, and I wish you and Kryl the best of luck in it. You may tell her I said as much. However, I still intend to find my own way to return to our headquarters. Go well, adventurer. I shall find you again if I have information to share.
Okay. Thank you. I guess. On closer inspection, the stone you received from Eureka does indeed appear to be another piece of magicite. The magicite you've obtained may be used in conjunction with your magia board. Ooh, we have one big problem. We don't have enough left to, well, boost our way back, or return as it were. So I'm gonna have to run back, and hopefully it'll be just as successful as the run here. But so this is basically, as far as I've heard, it makes sense for this to be the end of the Anemos story, whereas the next set of story will be basically leading us to the next area. Or maybe the way I would quite like it would be if they expanded this area. So let's get to this safe area first. So obviously we're meant to be going there. What if this map doubled in size? So it was still the same area, but there was the next area around it, and it just like gotten bigger, so technically it would stay just as popular and busy. I don't know if that would be a good thing or if that would be a bad thing, but it's just an idea. And with that, we are back, so long as the defrosters don't get us, to the Ethernet shard. Nice. Port surrogate. Alright, Kryl, let's finish this up.
Good to see you again. Not that I ever doubted you would return, but it still feels good regardless. As usual, we were able to confirm your removal of the magicite from here, though I must say, it seemed as though you secured it rather more quickly than before. Did you make exceptionally good time or some such?
Not quite. Eureka was there.
Eureka found it first? Well, that comes as a surprise. And what other method could he be considering to reach our headquarters? Well, there's no point in worrying over it. He has his ways, we have ours. Restoring the Ethernet remains our best way forward, I believe. Speaking of which, we're almost finished. That piece of magicite you brought back does indeed appear to have been the last interfering with the natural flow of the life stream in this region. It might not be enough to guarantee safe travel directly to the headquarters, but at the very least it might allow us to reach nearby regions.
Or nearby regions?
Of course, there is still an inherent risk in teleporting to an unattuned beacon, one that may no longer exist even.
Wait, what? Oh, right, to the beacon itself may no longer exist. I get you.
Death, albeit a painless one, resulting from becoming lost in the life stream.
Much like happened to Y'shtola, although technically we found her.
Fortunately, the Ethernet relays we have deployed should mitigate the risk significantly, assuming, that is, that the one here in Anemos is functioning properly, which is what I need you to confirm.
And I know where that is.
You will need to head northeast across the Valley of Swale again. Look for a door leading inside the ridge to Ethernet control. The relay won't be hard to find.
And that is right... Yes, right here. Oh, it actually has a quest marker. I didn't expect that. Alright, let's slot in our final Magicite. 5 out of 5. Oh, wait a minute, I just realised. It'll be easier to do it from here. Damn it, I keep opening the chat because it goes to there first. If you look, there's a little symbol. I don't know why that's like super important right now, but I'm going to show them off. Come on, go away. That's a rock, I guess. Oops. Oh, actually, that's a bit quicker. That's... Well, it's ice, so yeah, that makes sense. Oops. That's... I think it's meant to be like a water droplet. And something fiery. Like a fire, one could say. And we'll just stick them in that one. Alright, so let's head back over to the wind-torn cabin. I just remembered, apparently you need something a bit extra to finish this quest off. And I totally forgot that that was a thing. This way is the safer route. I also just remembered that this should unlock mounts for us. So I can actually show off the Tyrannosaur that I got. Which a lot of people are not getting and quite upset about that very thing. No. Don't trust you, Snake. I should be able to sneak around the back of you. In a way, I actually kind of like this. It's kind of annoying because of the EXP loss, and I suppose you wouldn't be quite as sneaky if you didn't have that, so it kind of has to be there. But it's kind of fun to not just run through everything and not care. I mean, even at this point, I don't know which enemies don't aggro to us. I know that certain lower level ones have stopped, but I couldn't say by what level disparity. Ethernet relay. Oh, hello. Though the relay bears no visible signs of damage, it does not appear to be functioning at the moment. Oh, Link Pearl. This is Cryo. I'm about to sneeze. Oh, and... Bless me. Anyways, this is Cryo. Call it an educated guess, but I thought you might have arrived at the Ethernet control by now. If so, how does it look? Well, it's not functioning. Well, at least it wasn't smashed to pieces. If your assessment is correct, we may be able to reintegrate it into the Ethernet. This may not sound like the most elegant solution, but 60% of the time,
It works every time. Sure, right. We're going to flood the relay with a massive amount of ether to wake it up, as it were. To that end, we're going to need to amass a substantial quantity of Anemos crystals. 99 crystals, assuming my calculations are correct. I know it's a lot to ask, but I believe this is our best bet. Once you have them, bring them to the Ethernet control, and I'll walk you through the process.
Well, luckily, I did know about that beforehand, so I had some of the Anemos crystals, which are only dropped from the notorious monsters, ready and waiting. I made sure to at least save 99 of them. To flood the Ethernet relay and continue the Eureka Exposition, you will need to procure 99 Anemos crystals. Please note that these crystals will be consumed in the process. Yep. Oh, and I could have used those to get the last bit of gear that I need.
This is it, Alex. Are you ready?
Yep.
Rechecking measurements. Right. Listen carefully. To flood the relay with ether, we will need to repurpose your Magia board as an elemental converter.
Okay. Excuse me? Seeketh thou power? Power to smite thine enemies, to cast down the wicked, and raise up the righteous? All that and more. Well, it is true. A warrior, then! Coveter of strength! Blessed art thou, arbiter of vengeance! And within, a light burning, radiant, resplendent! Lo, in light he walketh, and in light he abideth. Thus will I remember thee.
There is no other way.
Aye, even if we fought the damned thing to our dying breaths, it'd endure. It's as though it was a nigh bottomless wellspring of ether to draw upon. It has a nigh bottomless wellspring of ether to draw upon.
Until such time as a permanent solution is found, it shall be sealed away. If any among you yet harbour doubts, speak them now. That's a man, not a woman. I didn't see the mustache. I'm an idiot.
You ain't on from me. Let's do it and be done with it. Right then. The matter of what to do may have been resolved, but we've still the matter of where to do it.
Not in the colony, that much is plain. The location must be remote, far from prying eyes and covetous men.
Well, Galoof, this was your idea. Got any suggestions? As a matter of fact, I do. An island not far from the motherland. Deserted, dangerous. The perfect place to build a prison. Prison, you say? Huh. Well, he clearly left through the door. I heard it.
Alex? Alex, what happened? Please respond.
A lot. Echo.
Worked, did it? Glad to hear it. Our readings suggest as much, but I wanted your confirmation before I performed the final test. Well, I appear to have arrived with all my bits intact. I believe that constitutes a success. Very good. I'll have to perform various adjustments and measurements before we can risk teleportation to other regions, but this is nevertheless a significant accomplishment. By the way, you took an awfully long time to respond after initiating the process. Did something happen? Galoof? You're certain that that's the name you heard spoken in the vision? 4 men, one of them a Lupin, and this masked man you met. If they were grandfathers, that would make him... forgive me. Neither the time nor the place. Let us return to Port Surrogate.
Though the Ethernet relay appears to be fully operational at a glance, we recall Kryl saying that it would require further adjustments before travel to other regions would be possible. That makes me... Oh look! Smorgasbord's up. I'm gonna quickly go and do that. Oh my god, you're kidding! Okay, so... wrong thing. Inventory. No, we want the armory chest. I got the Strider boots. Alright, let's quickly return back and then we'll leave this party. I can't believe that. So, yes, obviously the reason that I actually ran here was because I didn't have the Strider boots yet. Let's leave the party. I might join back up with them after this recording, who knows? That's... the chances of that! Go away, Kirby. So, they're one of the few rare drops you can only get from the enemies. And those ones are increased sprint duration in city states. And they're actually not too bad looking either. They're actually quite nice shoes. But that aside, that's pretty cool. Didn't expect to get them. Well, I'm glad that I did go along though. Anywho, Kryl, back to the story.
The name you heard, Galoof, was my adopted grandfather's name. And from what you described, I do not think that is any coincidence. Galoof Baldesion founded the students, together with 3 of his fellow Archons. If they were the men you saw in your vision, then the island they spoke of was almost certainly the Isle of Val. But this entity they spoke of sealing away, grandfather told me nothing of such things. I should like very much to ask him, but he was one of many missing and presumed dead when we believed the island destroyed. But we were wrong about that, and I could only hope we were wrong about him. As for who that masked man could have been, I haven't the foggiest. He certainly didn't sound like anyone I've ever met.
Well, how would you know he wore a mask?
Mysteries heaped upon mysteries. Still, it changes nothing. We must continue to seek out survivors. And survivors are most likely to be found inside our headquarters. You've done everything I asked of you and more, but now it's my turn. Those adjustments I've told you about, the ones I need to make to the Ethernet relay, are going to take time. Until I finish, you may consider our expedition on hold. Thank you again for all your hard work, Alex. I'll be in touch.
You have reached the conclusion of this chapter of the Eureka Expedition. The expedition will continue in a future update. You may now ride mounts within Eureka Anemos, making the most of Anemos.
I'm sure you're eager to resume the expedition, and so am I.
And so am I. Full stop.
Rest assured that those adjustments I spoke of are proceeding apace, and that I will contact you as soon as I have finished.
Yep, reach the conclusion. So that isn't a teleport point. Huh, look who's up. That's the guy we'll be facing in the next video. So yeah, we can't go there. Oh well. I think I'm going to run over and do that quickly. Alright, so that's over with. I'm going to overlay a bit of footage here showing off, because obviously there was one, what the train looks like as people are going, well in this case it was from, it was, as it turns out they were heading towards the next notorious monster area. But it was really funny because it is perfectly named a train of people. But I thought that was just a funny thing I'm going to add on. The reason, if you were wondering why we weren't showing off that fate, is quite simply because that's coming in tomorrow's video. Because, as I'll show now, I'm currently level 17. Let's get rid of the chat. To get the item needed, because the reason that we're here... Let's go over to Gerald again. Arms for armor. Not to oblige you, but a hoard of protein crystals won't suffice if I couple together something truly astounding. What exactly do I need, you ask? Can't rightly say, but I'll know it when I see it. Something bleeding rare, I reckon. Come and see me when you think you've found something suitable. Yes, to augment and get your final thing, you need 3 of the Pazuzu feathers. Oh look, another one's popped up, which come from the fate that appeared here in New Void. So the reason I wasn't showing that off is because, well, until level 19, you can't actually get the drop from him. So I'm going to have to level up at least 2 more times. Well, 1 and a bit. To be able to actually get the item. So I thought there's obviously going to be a little bit of extra story or a cutscene of some sort with Gerald once you get the item. So why not put it all in one thing? Rather than having a really short video, let's have a really action-packed video where we show off the ultimate challenge in here. Also, I have, besides the boots, all of the Anemos clothing or vestments. To get the boots, I still need 150. Oh, I forgot I'm still in the party. I need 150 of the Anemos crystals. So I'll probably save that as well, even though it doesn't. These don't actually like make any difference story-wise. The only reason, well, besides actually having the stuff to get them, that I was collecting them was in case they upgrade in the next part of Eureka, which I hope they do. I hope that these are similar to the weapon and that this is just the first stage, because currently they don't actually do anything. Like, the weapons have effects, these are basically exactly the same. You can dye them though, which is something that, well, everyone wanted. But anyways, yes, I'm rambling on. I think I might add onto the end of this video. Yeah, I will. I'm going to add at the end of this one the unboxing, if you want to call it that, of the Tyrannosaur mount. And I went and showed off where the original model actually is for comparison's sake. It's, at least in my opinion, it was quite interesting. Anywho, skipping this on to the end, But besides that, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and join me next time for the final part of Eureka Anemos. Thanks again. Bye bye. Alright, so let's have a look at this thing. We've got the no quarter orchestrion roll, and of course the Tyrannosaur Horn, a rough-hewn horn of petrified bone that when blown emits a somber tone to summon your Tyrannosaur. Alright, let's get this guy out. It's right there. Tyrannosaur. Alarmed scholars report that the T-Rex, as it is called by those short on ink, has gained the power of flight through continuous exposure to the Isle of Val's turbulent ether. Despite its ferocious nature, some still approach it, insisting it can be tamed by an adventurer of great strength. Oh, look at him. Oh, it is such a nice mount. I think it is the backpack, well, like all the equipment that makes it. I don't know if I'd like it quite as much if it was just like the mount by itself. Oops. Let's go and quickly check that music, although I'm pretty sure no quarter is the lower ranked notorious monster theme. Alright. Select. Where is it? Ah, there it is. Yep, it is. Alright, so we want to go somewhere so we can actually show off the mount properly. And if I remember correctly, it's... yeah... Annex Shrine. I'm pretty sure Annex Shrine is where the cave system has the T-Rexes inside of it, because there's the Vat quest that basically asks you to go and get the eggs, I think? Oh my god, so long ago. Anyways, Tyrannosaur, fly for me, my beauty, fly! It's kind of like it's swimming in the air. I don't hate it, funnily enough. It makes no sense whatsoever, but I don't hate it. It's majestic in its own way. Its own very, very weird and terrifying way. Anyways, down here, if I'm remembering right, is where the actual enemy for the Tyrannosaurs are. Right? Aha! I spot Tyrannosaurs. Ooh, and a white one in the background. Yep, literally just Tyrannosaur. As you can tell, it is... yeah, it is the exact model. Well, obviously it is, but it's the exact same model, but with all of the accoutrement. Also, this one can fly. Oh my god, imagine if they could fly. But yeah, that's a look at the Tyrannosaur mount. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time for the final part of Eureka Anemos. Bye bye!